Hey everybody! Today we are going to participate in a challenge dreamed up by my crazy friend Hula over there at Hula's Woodworks. And this is gonna be a really epic thing. There is a place in Washington State, Mount Vernon, called Camp Korey, and it is a nonprofit organization that works with all kinds of really awesome companies around the country. And they provide a camp experience for kids with really serious medical conditions. It's an all-inclusive kind of a thing. They have all sorts of adaptive equipment. It's a pretty amazing place. And they've gone and made it even more amazing by adding an installation that was initially dreamed up by a dad whose kids wanted a Harry Potter themed thing for their Halloween at their house. And so this guy created an amazing replica of Diagon Alley from Harry Potter, and they kept it at their house for a while. Anyway, long story short, they donated that to Camp Korey, and it is being rebuilt there with massive improvements. So it's going to have a bunch of the shops and stuff. So one of the things that is going in there, of course, is Ollivander's wand shop. And Hula's idea in his challenge is to send 1,000 wands to Camp Korey so that the boxes that are in Ollivander's wand shop will all actually have wands in them so the kids can play with them. So that's our challenge. We're going to make some wands. They're going to be a little different than maybe, how you would normally go about making a wand, because it's going to be for kids, and because it's going to be for kids who maybe don't have all of the same kinds of, motor skills and things. So they're going to be a little bit chubbier, perhaps, not pointy. We don't want any sharp points, and sturdy enough for them to play with, and assume that there's probably going to be some mischief making going on. I just roughed this down, and I'm gonna use it just in the inside jaws, or the inside of the jaws on this small jock. And I'm gonna try to keep the design simple because I have a tendency to overcomplicate things, as y'all know. So we're gonna get started. I think I am gonna use this end to line that up. Not that this really matters. This piece of maple was really twisted and cupped. So, plus I had a lot of vibration going on because there's this thing. But I actually think that this is going to look kind of cool. This is going to be the handle, and then this will be sort of the tip. So I'm going to leave it there. It might be a little chattery, but I should be able to sand out anything that I can't turn out. So I'm also trying a new mic, wireless mic. I normally have just the audio coming from the overhead camera. So I'm going to see how that goes. And I'm sure that this loud screeching from my banjo is going to be awful. And probably my jacket shoving around. I got to do some maintenance. This is ridiculous. Okay, here we go. Also, I might try some skew work, and let me just tell you, I stink at skew work. So I roughed this down using my face shield. I am going to switch to my cheater safety glasses for this project because I am going to be hitting the half a century mark next month, and I can't see anything anymore. So, So I'm going to stop talking now and start turning, because that's just what we're going to do. My friend Chris from over the pond says, more turning and less talking. So I'm going to shut up now and see what we can do with this. I'm going to finish cleaning it up first and foremost. So let's go. What we going to do first? Part of my problem with spindle turning, and with skew in particular, I don't know where the tool rest is supposed to go. I don't know what height you're supposed to be at. I think that you should be a little higher for planing, which is what I'm going to try to do here, but I don't know what's going to happen. It could be bad. All right. Also, I'm turning way faster than I normally do because it's a spindle, and this probably still isn't fast enough. I'm going to try about 2400, I think. Um, let's see what we're doing here if we're tearing it up. Because it is curly maple, and yes, we are. Not sure why I'm getting quite so much chatter. I mean, this is a relatively solid little bark inclusion thing, but that's the only thing I can figure. I'm obviously not using the planing cut properly since I'm getting a smoother cut with the rough and gouge, but again, I am not a spindle turner. This is why I make bowls. All right, so I'm gonna make the handle kind of big, maybe somewhere in there. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Okay. All right, I'm gonna get the skew back out because I'm a glutton for punishment. Okay, well, I can work with that. I'm sure I can sand that out. I don't know why it's giving me so much vibration, but whatever. I'm gonna sand this right quick. All right, sanded to 400. And now for my next trick, I learned this trick from somebody on Instagram, and I apologize, I do not know who it was. That's one of my complaints about Instagram is that I can't ever go back and find something that I looked at unless I save it, and I don't always do that. Anyway, you are going to take a piece of paper towel, fold it up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a full one, which I don't usually do for things, but this is different. I'm going to turn the lathe up to about 2500. This is so cool. Now, that's set. It does not come off. Can't quite get around the edge there, but the thicker paper towel just keeps it from burning my fingers. And obviously you don't want to let the paper towel catch fire. That would be bad. I do have um, fire extinguisher by the lathe and also one over by the sharpening thing, just because. Keeps slipping off. Then I just unfold this and, you know, lay it out flat and make sure that everything is not on fire, or I throw it on the floor. Either way, whatever. Now we're going to hit this with the alcohol again. but not nearly so fast because we don't need to be that fast. Nothing. I mean, for reals, how cool is that, right? Doesn't come off, doesn't smear. Very exciting stuff there. All right. Always choose love. Right. No, I can touch that up when I touch up the bottom. I was trying to decide if I should, because this isn't a chuck, technically I could take this off, but I'm having so much vibration that I'm just going to leave it on there while I finish it. I'm just going to put a 1 pound cut of shellac on. Oh yeah, that looks sharp on that curly maple. Now we're going to do Brad's sanding paste on this. Make sure it is nice and smooth for those kiddos. I mean, seriously, I can't believe that doesn't come off. I'm going to use Brad's tongue honey, which is my new favorite thing on the planet. I've used his tongue wax for quite a while, and I really like that too, but this is a different consistency. This has got more tongue oil. I'm not sure why I'm getting so much of a mess there. I'm trying to keep it upright, but I guess maybe I shook it up a little on the way over. Honestly, I might not even need any out of there. Brad said that he likes to apply it with a little white. Yeah, I didn't even need to open this right now. White Scotch-Brite pad, and so I had one, and that's how I'm doing. And then I don't have to worry about the paper towels spontaneously combusting, which is unlikely, but technically possible. So I just put it in a little empty jar, and then I keep that jar in the refrigerator with this finishes, which will help keep them. And my super glue, I put my Star Bond CA glue in a little mini fridge in here, keeps it about 50. And then I just plunk it back in there and close her up, and into the fridge she goes. We shouldn't have any issues. I'm gonna let this sit for half an hour or so, go feed the beagle, feed myself something, and when I get back, we will buff this up and get it off of here, and it's gonna be beautiful. So, all right, hang tight. We'll see you in a few. A little bit of the excess off here so it doesn't fling all over me. That is lovely. That is not. Yeah. Um, All right, I'm gonna cut that last, oops, little bit off. Stay there. Smooth all of this off. Touch it up with a little bit of finish. And then that'll be one more to add to the pile. So all my wood turning buddies out there, I'm hoping that you're gonna join the challenge here and make a couple or a handful or a box full of wands and mail them along to Camp Korey. I think this is really a pretty cool vision Hula's got going here, so I'm quite happy to participate. And you know, the fact that I'm a Harry Potter fan doesn't hurt either. So yeah, you got to stick around to the end of the video because I'm gonna have to check the wands out and make sure they work, you know. So sit tight. I think it'll work. I think so. So all the products that I used on here, all of Brad's products, are 100% food safe. It's tung oil and wax. So that's also an important consideration when you're making things for kids. Official wand test.